Yo, what up, a-holes? It's your boy, Eric Levi, the holistic a-hole, coming at you today with a new video. Today, I want to talk about a new drug that's coming out on the market that purports to be the first drug to actually slow Alzheimer's disease. Let's pull up the article here. And so I've seen this article getting floated around the internet in several different news outlets here. The title of the article, as you can see, is "The first drug to slow Alzheimer's disease could soon be on the market." Are we not excited? What's it called? Aducanumab appears to reduce clinical decline of patients in the early stages. So, well, not to minimize the effects or prevalence of Alzheimer's or dementia, because I know it is a very serious disease. In fact, it runs in my family. I believe I myself have the ApoE4 gene, which means that my brain is just waiting to get some good old Alzheimer's if I just do it a favor and give it all the ingredients it needs to make that lovely batch of memory forgetting, good old-fashioned loving drug, Alzheimer's, into my brainstem. I don't know what that means. But recent research actually shows us that Alzheimer's disease is very highly correlated to diabetes, to the point where experts and researchers and scientists who aren't being funded by drug companies are now referring to Alzheimer's disease as type 3 diabetes. So it's real interesting when you see drugs come out like this that are purporting to slow Alzheimer's disease, when we already know there's stuff out there you can do to slow Alzheimer's disease, or maybe even just prevent it in the first place. Remember, when we talk about something like genetics and the predisposition to the ApoE4 gene, that's just your genetics. That's just the bullet in the gun. You don't necessarily have to pull the trigger. And if you can avoid pulling the trigger, you might be able to stave off Alzheimer's. So let's go through the article and see, just kind of see what it says here. A potentially groundbreaking drug which appears to slow Alzheimer's disease could soon change the lives of thousands of dementia sufferers. That's it? Thousands? You understand there's millions of people, probably tens of millions of people with dementia and Alzheimer's. But thousands? I don't even know what that means. The treatment offers new hope to patients in the early stages of the most common form of dementia, which affects about 850,000 people living in the UK. Okay, so they're talking about the UK. It's not like worldwide. Well, you know what? Screw you, UK. What about us in the US? What is our Alzheimer's not as good as your Alzheimer's? Is this like the imperial superiority complex? Oh, we're English. We have a queen still for no reason. Our Alzheimer's and dementia is more important than your stupid fat American Alzheimer's. The treatment offers... Biogen says its drug, Aducanumab, would be the first treatment to reduce the clinical decline of patients in the early stages of Alzheimer's disease, if approved. The company is now seeking regulatory approval for the drug in the U.S. after new analysis of trial data revealed some patients experience benefits in memory, orientation, language, and everyday living skills, such as shopping and doing laundry. Old people be shopping, right? Reacting to the company's announcement, Hilary Evans, chief executive of Alzheimer's Research UK, said, "People affected by Alzheimer's have waited a long time for a life-changing new treatment, and this exciting announcement offers new hope that one could be in sight." Look, we know that there is a very strong tie. I don't know if it's a causal thing that's been proven yet, but it's only because it's very dangerous to say that anything has a cause and effect in the world of science and nutrition. But we know that excessive sugar intake, that excessive insulin production, that essentially just a real bad diet filled with fried corn oil, and processed food ingredients, and excessive refined sugar, just an overall garbage diet can contribute to early cognitive decline, or really early or late stage cognitive decline. This is what a lot of very exciting research is aiming towards right now, is how do we slow down the process of aging? How do we help elderly people maintain their cognitive function? One big thing that I'm personally interested is the exciting field of things like nootropics and herbal remedies, right? There's actually been quite a bit of research done on the herb Gatu Kola, which is actually acts directly on your antioxidant system. So things like producing glutathione, superoxide dismutase, which help to clear out oxidation, because really Alzheimer's is a disease of oxidation. It's excessive oxidation in the brain helps to form these plaques that eventually become known as Alzheimer's. And by simply increasing your body's antioxidant production, you may be able to stave off this, these brain deteriorating diseases. Now, I'm not saying go run out and go buy a bottle of antioxidants, because there's a lot of shenanigans in the antioxidant industry. I'm also not saying that if you just go out and eat a bunch of blueberries, because blueberries also are known as having antioxidant properties, that you're not going to get Alzheimer's. Glutathione is a very complicated process that happens in your body. It is the master detoxifier. It is the master antioxidant, and its production is dependent on a lot of things, mostly things like B12 or the right overall nutrition of B vitamins, B12, B6, magnesium, amino acid intake. You want to make sure you're getting plenty of protein in your diet, good high quality sources of protein, good high quality sources of fat, and even good high quality sources of carbohydrates, because of course fruits and vegetables are carbohydrates, which is why it's so dangerous to do things like specific diets that that keep you away from fruits and vegetables, because fruits and vegetables are loaded with these antioxidant properties. Other things that help Alzheimer's. This has been written about recently, and it's been very highly controversial, but choline, getting enough choline in your diet helps to maintain your brain function, the efficacy of your memory, staving off things like dementia and Alzheimer's. Specifically, supplementing with something like alpha GPC, choline bitartrate, or just getting choline from things like fish and eggs and organ meats like beef liver are huge contributors to your choline, right? So when we talk about drugs that are coming out that help with Alzheimer's, look, I'm not gonna tell somebody to not take a drug if you have Alzheimer's and your doctor tells you that this drug can help you with the symptoms of Alzheimer's. I'm also not going to tell you that you should be living your life knowing that you're going to get old and one day you're just going to have Alzheimer's and you're just going to be on drugs for Alzheimer's, because that is really no way to live. If you are in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, even your 60s, now is the time. Now is the time to start getting out all that crap in your diet to maintain the function of your brain. It's not just about, hey, I want to lose some weight, so I'm going to eat healthy, or hey, I just want some more energy. The foods you eat are directly impacting what's going on in your brain. People are smoking cigarettes, people are drinking booze, people are doing drugs. Yes, that's also going to tax the plaques that form and become Alzheimer's, especially if you have something like the ApoE4 gene. So, again, when I read articles like this that are trying to get me excited about drugs coming out for Alzheimer's, I mean, look, if you've got Alzheimer's already, first of all, thanks for watching this video. But second of all, it might be too late. It might be you might need that drug. I get it, but we shouldn't be living our lives thinking that, well, drugs are going to save us, because they're not. Because we already know that so many of the drugs that come into our system are contaminated. They have ridiculous amounts of side effects, which in many cases are include things like cancer and heart disease and even death. So you should be, you should really be trying to incorporate lifestyle practices, mostly to the extent of lowering your sugar intake and lowering your, your glucose intake, lowering your starch intake, so that you can stave off type 3 diabetes, aka Alzheimer's, dementia. But let me know what you think. Do you think this is crazy? Are you on the holistic path to staving off these brain deteriorating, cognitive declining diseases? Let me know down in the comments what your personal method is. Do you have Alzheimer's in your family, and are you worried about it? Do you look forward to new drugs like this coming out? Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, remember to hit the subscribe button to get notified every time new videos come out. And be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast player to the Holistic A-Hole Podcast. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll catch you on the next one.